So in its monthly fixing, China keeping its benchmark lending rates unchanged in line with market forecasts. That decision coming in the wake of better than expected GDP and retail sales data this week. Eunice Yoon in Beijing with the details, because Eunice, there have been other sort of incremental moves by the Chinese government, right, to try to boost the economy and fix some of the lending problems.
Yeah, absolutely. But what we saw is that this better than expected data this week seems to have given the policymakers a little bit of breathing room when it comes to policy. So the central bank had stayed put on the rates that are used as references for loans for businesses as well as mortgages. There's plenty of bearish sentiment towards the yuan, which is also seen as one of the reasons against further rate cuts. But the authorities here are towing a very fine line. In fact, today, the central bank also made a record cash injection to the tune of $100 billion into the banking system. This was to keep funding costs low, of course, via reverse repos. So Barclays, as well as SocGen, had said that longer term, they expect, because of the weakness in demand here, that there could be further policy cuts of about 10 basis points. Housing, of course, a major factor. We saw this week, again, new home prices fall yet again in September. Also, Evergrande, the struggling property giant, today said that they were revising their offshore restructuring program for the offshore bonds. Didn't give a whole lot of detail, but what we do know is that the recognition hearing that they had scheduled for next week in Manhattan has been adjourned. Now, in addition to that, of course, the country needs to deal with a lot of geopolitics. And today we had a development on that front as well. The authorities here said that they're going to be restricting the export of graphite products, certain ones that are used especially in EV batteries. These would work similarly to the ones that have been used for two key chip-making metals, and they're going to be kicking in December 1st. So a lot of different potential challenges for the policymakers here as they try to manage their economy.
Eunice, it's David. You know, in my world, there are those who try to understand what the response will be from the Chinese to that latest round of export controls on high-end AI-related chips. Do we think this graphite export control that you just mentioned is the answer to what we saw from the U.S. earlier this week?
I mean, it's difficult to say if it was exactly a tit for tat or if it was something that was in the works for quite some time. The thinking here, though, is that and what we see actually in the state media quite a bit is that because the U.S. has been putting in place these curbs themselves, seen here as an attack on China's tech industry, that the Chinese, why wouldn't they decide to put restrictions on certain ingredients and components that are needed around the world, and especially in the U.S. I mean, the authorities here had said that these export curbs for graphite weren't targeted at any one country, but it just so happens that the U.S. is one of the big recipients, as well as Japan and South Korea. One big question, though, is really what the impact is going to be, because they are restrictions, so they're still allowed to export, and people aren't sure exactly how the Chinese are going to implement these restrictions.